Okay, today I'm going to read from The Real Treasure. This is the sixth volume. It's subtitled Life of a Resident with Avatar Meher Baba's Mandali. His name is Rustam Falahati, and there's some real gems that are contained in his books. Some things you won't find elsewhere. And I'm going to read this one called Say, O Beloved from the Heart. When Erich was asked for his opinion on whether one should say Baba or Meher Baba while repeating his name, Erich replied, "If the longing and love is intense, just a cry of O Beloved from the heart is enough." He paused for a long time and then proceeded. However, we don't have that kind of love or longing. So we have to begin by repeating his name. Whether you say Baba or Meher Baba, or choose to repeat any of the 101 names of God, it's up to you. What is important is that you repeat any one name of God continuously throughout the day. Erich stopped for a while, allowing the pilgrims to digest the significance of what he had just said. He then proceeded. Do you know what name of God Baba's father, Shariarji, would repeat? He would repeat Yezdan continuously throughout the day. Shariarji was the first to recognize Baba as the awakener. The moment Baba was born, Shariarji knew that the child was the one who had come to deliver the world. Even when Baba was a child, when he would enter the room, Shariarji would stand up in reverence. Such was his love and devotion to Baba. Yet he repeated the name of Yezdan. He was such a great soul that Baba himself said about him, "There is none like him in the whole universe. He is matchless." He did get God realization upon dropping his body, even though he was saying Yezdan and not Baba. After a while, Erich proceeded to give another example. You have all heard about Gagi Maharaj, haven't you? He was a genuine six-plane saint and had come for the Wadia Park Darshan. He met Baba there and recognized him as the avatar. He later invited Baba to visit Pandharpur, which Baba did. At Pandharpur, he proclaimed Baba as God to the villagers who were his followers and asked them to bow down to Baba. Even though he was a genuine saint, he would not allow anyone to bow down to him. In order to stop people from bowing down, he carried a stick, which was V-shaped at the top. If anyone tried to bow down to him, he would push the stick and grab the person by the throat with it, pushing him up. Such a great soul. Do you know what name of God he would chant? In fact, he would sing it all the time. Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nandan Gopala. They are all different names by which Lord Krishna was called. When he passed away, Baba said, Gagi Maharaj has come to me. Baba had promised Gagi Maharaj that he would call him to live with him forever. Baba did honor his promise in a different way by giving him God realization. So you see, it's not important which name of God you take. After all, they are all names by which he is called. Allowing the pilgrims to digest what he had just said, Ert stopped and was silent for a long time. Giving more examples to prove a point, he proceeded. You all must have read about Baba's musk contacts. How these God-intoxicated souls recognized Baba. You see, they recognized in Baba the image of God they revered and worshipped. If the must was a lover of Krishna, then he saw Baba as Krishna. If the must was a devotee of Ram, then he saw Baba as Ram. There were others who saw Baba as Allah, Vital, and so on. Most of these spiritually advanced souls recognized Baba in their own image and not as Mayer Baba. They recognized the reality behind the form that we call as Mayer Baba. Baba himself has said that he is not the form that we see. He cloaks the reality with the human form in order to make it tangible for us to see and interact. To see him as he really is requires great daring. One should have the courage to love and to long and love him so intensely that nothing else should matter. Only the intense longing for union with him can take you to the goal. To a soul whose heart is on fire with that longing, it does not matter by what name he calls his beloved. The beloved knows and is ever watchful of such souls who eventually become the beloved's beloved. So don't create controversies in his name and about his name. Just call out from your heart. What matters to the beloved is the love and longing of his lover behind that call. This is from Mani, Baba's sister. Keep calling to him in your heart, and he will always hear you and help you in the way he knows is best for you. Before I read my poems, I'm going to read one poem from Mayer Sod. And Mayer Sod was written in 1968 by Bal Kachuri. It's a very unusual book because Baba taught in that year, he taught Bal how to write a ghazal. And in fact, many of the couplets in this book of ghazals are Baba's words, and then the rest is Bal's. There's also in this book a great introduction by Adi Keirani. It's wonderful, and then there's a very good foreword about how Bal came to write these ghazals, about how Baba taught him in the foreword. And this one I'm going to read, the first couplet, the first two lines, are Baba's words. The title is, Only God Knows Where You Are. And these first two lines are Baba's. Oh, Mayer, you aren't with me. Only God knows where you are. I searched for you for ages. Now I've finally heard that you were in my heart. How long can I continue searching for you when you have crushed me with tragedy's mountains? When I remember you, I find you have become the voice of my heart. You are the whole universe, Triloka. You are Fauna. You are Baka. You are the story of love. You are the moth and the flame. This love is torture. You are every ominous cloud. From one of your powerful glances, my heart recognized you as God. My heart restlessly calls you. Come to me from wherever you are. After a long time, I discovered that you are wherever I am not. I cannot console my heart in its madness for you. Reveal yourself to the silence of its voice. My heart has broken into pieces too often. Oh, beloved, how unfaithful you are. Where did I make my mistake? Why do you remain indifferent to me? O Bao, this is the way of love. Let your heart burn. Burning in his furnace is the only comfort in your fate. And now some recent poems. Sentinel. You are my guardian, my soul's protector. I have placed all my concerns in your hands. I thought this would free me. I have found that we are inextricably bound. How can one know you without such sweet pain? You are my annihilator. This much I know. My false self peeling away like an overripe banana. What subtraction occurs, only you would know. I am eliminating myself, taking your name. I no longer see what I once saw. You gave me a mirror to better see myself. It is you only that I now long to see. You are the ultimate destroyer. My destruction and ruination, a done deal. Everything is falling away from me, like a chrysalis from a monarch butterfly. Where do we go from here, O my beloved? There is no path, no journey any longer. I am making you my constant companion. Our path is becoming just one. You are the way and the goal. I thought I was following you. Now I see you were with me all along. You stand sentinel over all your children. Always in your arms. I was born into your arms. I have never known anything else. If one were to ask who I was before, I was always with you in your arms. From the beginning of time, you were with me. Form after form, you watched over me. As stone, your lotus feet touched me. You picked me up, and I became a gemstone. So many lives unfolding, a never-ending story. So it has been, and so it is. You are here, and so am I. Oh, beloved, there is nowhere to go. There is nobody but you and me. It always is. It always will be. There is only lover and beloved. You say God alone is real. You are the blessing for all humanity. You are an infinite ocean of love, bliss, and understanding. I am always in your arms. There is a secret to all of this. The beloved whispers in his lover's ear before birth. His whisper is the divine breeze that blows throughout life and for all eternity. Stay with me. Today, all of nature worships at your lotus feet. The many-blossomed myrtle is dropping multicolored petals. The rippling breeze is scented with rare perfumes. The doe and fawn are looking up to the heavens. All things speak of you. Listen, a multitude of birds are singing a hallelujah chorus. The dog's bark and growl becomes a soothing howl. The cricket conductor rouses his insect orchestra. All of nature is bedecked, begemmed, and bejeweled. The marigold, dahlia, petunia are smiling. The grasses sway in rhythm with the soft wind. The clouds are on parade in the summer sky. I am lost and found in you. There is a humming all around me. Dust motes are dancing in the light. My eyes blink, and the world comes and goes. Oh, beloved, your mercy overwhelms me. A solitary tear moistens my cheek. I am overcome by your beauty and mystery. My bearings have left me, and I am adrift in you. Stay with me now. Stay with me always. I am nothing and nobody without you. Let your grace unceasingly descend upon me. Cover me with your blanket of love and compassion. Ruby-throated. The ruby-throated hummingbird has returned. She is always in the periphery of my vision. Even though panes of glass may separate us, I can feel her wings thrumming and humming. Yesterday, she disappeared into an all too blue sky. My hopes and thoughts traveled with her. She has visited me unexpectedly since I can first remember. She is an elusive messenger from the most elusive one. Once her message is delivered, she departs. Her wings are the things dreams are made of. Momentarily, She hovers and looks in on me. The air holds her, but cannot confine her. There is a hierarchy among hummingbirds, much like angels and archangels. Black-chinned, broad-tailed, calliope, buff-bellied, blue-throated mountain gem. My eyes have seen them all. The ruby-throated is a messenger of God. I cannot begin to tell you what news she brings. It is beyond reason. It is beyond hope. I recall the first time she visited me. I walked outside and she danced on air. When she departed, a double rainbow appeared overhead, the sun glistening, rain falling like diamonds. And that last phrase, rain falling like diamonds, Anita gave me that.
Nice.
Yeah. We've all experienced where rain comes down in sunlight. There's
It's
that,
true.
yeah.
It glistens.
It glistens, yes. The nectar of your love. 7 yellow blooms on the calabraccia, each one alighted upon by a yellow butterfly. After visiting all 7, she would careen elsewhere. We watched her circumnavigate the yard, each go round. She returned again and again. Her pilgrimage included all 7 blooms. Each time she became more and more ecstatic. Her flight pattern was irregularly joyous. I carried that vicarious joy with me all day yesterday. Today, my knees ache and my ankles hurt. I do not see that butterfly anywhere. I wonder whether she has other visitations. My thoughts turn to you. I have become totally dependent on you. Every step I take is because of you. Every breath comes from you and returns to you. Seated at the table, overlooking the backyard, a tear trickles slowly from the corner of my eye. It is a lovely day, and all is beautiful. My right hand is on the locket that covers my heart. I asked you one time to help me remember you whenever I am not remembering you. I go nowhere without your direction, your guidance. Like that butterfly, I am intoxicated by the nectar of your love. There is a storm. There's a storm out on the ocean. It rages, though I've never seen it. I know it is there just the same. I can feel it as if it were inside of me. The waves grow larger than one can imagine. The lightning illuminates what none can see. This storm is out of control. The winds howl like someone who has lost everything. Last night I dreamed I was standing on the shoreline. The air was tranquil, the sky star-studded. I thought I saw a tidal wave on the horizon. When I awoke this morning, something moved within me. I have heard the sailors' tales about the storms somewhere so long ago, where no one made it back to shore. The only mementos, some driftwood and a piece of cloth. I have read the poems, heard the songs. I have no doubt there is truth to be found. The ocean is not the same for everyone. Only the brave, the adventurer, journeys on. There is a storm out on the ocean. This storm is waiting for me. You are my life and my preserver. I can feel you are with me as you are within me. Always home. I enter the door of this house and say your name. I live here, but it is your home. I let you know when I come and when I go. You already know this, but I do so anyway. There is a familiarity to our relationship. I look at you so many times a day. Sometimes I forget myself and everything else. Where did I go? What happened to me? Right now I am looking at you in the next room. You are seated in a chair with your head slightly turned. You are listening to something I cannot hear. Maybe you are always listening to what I never say. There is a shaft of light shining before you. It appears to me that light is taking your darshan. My eyes become fixed on you. All this time, my pen continues writing on this page. Last week we had a friend over for dinner. It was a sweet evening with many laughs. I saw my friend looking over at you. When I walked him to the door, I overheard something. I heard him say, "I love you." I realized later he was not speaking to me. Forgetting himself as I do, knowing nothing except that you are always home. And the last one, I just wrote after our tropical storm. It's titled Eye of the Hurricane. And I sent this out to a friend, and he said, "Ah, yes, the storm before the calm."
I'm glad you survived. It was a very calm storm. That's the point that John is making.
Eye of the Hurricane. This world will squeeze the living daylight out of you, from eyelids up to eyelids down. This world is an unmitigated freak show. We are all living in the eye of the hurricane. This world is also more beautiful than one can imagine. The present is the jewel that always sparkles. Live there, and all else is forgotten. There is no past to remember, no future to anticipate. This jewel lives inside each and every one. It shines the livelong day. Close your eyes and you might see it. This gem illuminates any and all darkness. You are the one who is always with us. I no longer trust my eye or my mind. There is nothing and no one but you. Mine stopped as God, and God alone is real. Last night I dreamed I was in a parade. Everyone was in costume. Everyone had a place in line. I could not help but notice this parade had no beginning and no end. You are my beginning and end. You plucked me from the eye of the hurricane. You quieted the cyclone of my mind. You are the sun that rises within me. And that's all for today. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, that was really great.
Thank you.